Hey everybody, Marcy here. I'm going to take you through a HIIT yoga workout. HIIT yoga is something that I do often. I love HIIT regardless, and I love yoga, so why not fuse it together? So it's kind of like a low impact type of workout that you can do early in the morning, late at night, with the babies, without the babies, it doesn't matter. And you're going to feel good afterwards. So it's going to be the same concept like I always teach, which is, you know, we'll yoga flow for X amount of seconds and rest for X amount of seconds. And we're going to just go through a couple rounds doing yoga moves versus high intensity interval training exercises. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. You can choose to rest wherever you want to in between each of the exercises. So this is just child's pose and beginning now. Cat-cow is going to be the first exercise of interval number 1. So you kind of inhale as you come up and exhale as you curl in and arch that spine up. So really over exaggerate that spine. We're simply warming up here. Your wrists should be under your shoulders. Your knees should be under your hips. And continue this motion for the rest of this circuit. Alright, get ready and go ahead and extend back into downward facing dog, and we're going to start this next flow. So we're going to hinge forward to a plank position, bring that left leg forward, rise up into crescent lunge with the left leg, and hands back down, lowering down to chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and back to downward facing dog. And so we're going to complete this on the other side. So hinge forward to plank, right leg comes forward, rise up to crescent lunge, hands go back down to the ground, lower down to chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and extend back to downward facing dog. So this is the next sequence, so go ahead and complete that as many times as you can until the timer chimes again. Alright, go ahead and extend back to downward facing dog. Lift that left leg and hit that right elbow. Lift that left leg again and hit that left elbow. Raise again and bring the foot to the front to warrior 1. Hips stay square to the front. And lower down into chaturanga. And we're going to complete this on the other side. So chaturanga or upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog, lifting the right leg up in the sky, crossing it over to our left elbow, reaching the right leg in the sky, reaching it to the right elbow, reaching that right leg into the sky one more time, and hinging forward to warrior 1. Hip stays square, foot slightly bent, extend up, and lower down into chaturanga. Complete this for interval number 3. Round number number 2 for a cat-cow back to the beginning of this workout. So you're inhaling as you sink down and you're exhaling through your nose as you curl in. So make sure you're over-exaggerating. Add some different movements as you see me doing here to really feel amazing. Go ahead and extend back into downward facing dog, and we're going to start this next flow. So we're going to hinge forward to a plank position, bring that left leg forward, rise up into crescent lunge with the left leg, and hands back down, lowering down to chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and back to downward facing dog. And so we're going to complete this on the other side. So hinge forward to plank, right leg comes forward, rise up to crescent lunge, hands go back down to the ground, lower down to chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra, and extend back to downward facing dog. So this is the next sequence, so go ahead and complete that as many times as you can until the timer chimes again. Alright, you should be feeling pretty good by now. We're on exercise 3 again. So back to downward facing dog, lifting the right leg, crossing over to your left elbow, lifting the right leg, going to your right elbow, lifting that right leg once again, and going forward to warrior 1, extending up into that hip flexor, and hands back down to the ground, chaturanga or upward facing dog. Really extend up, breathe, and back down to downward facing dog, lifting the left leg up into the sky, crossing it over to your right elbow, left leg up into the sky, left elbow. One more time, reach high, opening up the hips and bringing that left foot forward to warrior 1, extending up and backward to chaturanga or upward facing dog, and continue this sequence. Alright, we are on our last cat-cow of this workout. You should feel really good by now. You should have generated heat. And you can pick up the pace if you choose to finish out this workout, or you can stay at your own pace. So again, we're still warming up the spine, and so you should be able to compare from when we first started this workout to now that your spine is loose, your lungs are open, and you can reach and extend that chest forward a whole lot more. Alright, extending back to downward facing dog now. Go ahead and extend forward to plank. we're going to bring that left leg forward into crescent lunge. Really extend up, inhale, and exhale through your nose as you go down into chaturanga and upward facing dog or cobra, and back down to downward facing dog. So again, you should feel really open. Your shoulders should be open, extending forward with that right leg now. Continue with this flow. It should feel really good. Just make sure that you're breathing the entire time. Go at your own pace. All right, the last workout of the series, let's do it. So that left leg is going up to both elbows. Then we're going to extend that left leg forward into warrior one. Really extend up, opening up that hip flexor. Your hips stay facing forward and go down into chaturanga and upward facing dog or cobra. Inhale and exhale through your nose, going back to downward facing dog. So continue the same thing on the other side. Hitting both elbows with that knee, really engaging those ab muscles, and coming forward to warrior one. Placing that foot down, back foot turns in at an angle, really feeling that, and going back down to chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. So continue this at your own pace to finish out this workout. Good job.